Welcome to this briefing presentation for the I-10 Inner Katy Corridor. The Texas Department of Transportation and Metro are working collaboratively to improve mobility and increase access to activities, businesses, and residences along I-10 from the 610 West Loop to downtown Houston. This area is known as the Inner Katy Corridor. The goal is to develop new, sustainable, and multimodal solutions along the Inner Katy Corridor that provide a direct link between downtown, the Galleria area, and West Houston, but also serves the needs of local communities such as the Houston Heights and Rice Military. This presentation was prepared to provide a briefing of a portfolio of projects being proposed along the Inner Katy Corridor. The Inner Katy Corridor is a critical link in the regional transportation network that serves multiple modes of transportation, including vehicular, transit, and freight. Key features of this stretch of I-10 include the Heights and Rice Military neighborhoods, Memorial Park, White Oak Bayou, and numerous retail businesses. The Inner Katy Corridor experiences congestion throughout the day, and traffic demand regularly exceeds the capacity, leading to frequent delays. Additionally, the I-10 main lanes have flooded during major storm events. There are system gaps that limit reliable transit service within the corridor, and pedestrian and bicycle access is limited. The population of the greater Houston region has increased dramatically over the years, and we anticipate this trend to continue. With approximately 7.2 million residents in 2020, the 8-county region is expected to grow by 47% before the year 2045, with a projected population of around 10.6 million residents. The number of jobs in the region is expected to increase by 34% by the year 2045, from 3.5 million to 4.7 million. Considering this expected employment and population growth throughout the region, we expect to see an increase in the number of vehicles using I-10 between the 610 West Loop and I-45. In 2019, there was an average of 297,000 vehicles traveling daily along the section of I-10 near Durham and Shepherd Drive. In the next 25 years, we expect that number to increase by 26% to over 370,000 vehicles per day. Metro operates several high-capacity transit services within Houston, including local buses, light rail transit, regional express buses, and the recently constructed Metro Rapid bus service in the Uptown Galleria area. However, there are no links for high-capacity, high-speed transit service between Uptown and downtown Houston. The I-10 corridor would provide an optimal link between the two major activity centers. In addition, interim stops along the corridor would connect the communities of the Heights and Rice Military to downtown and the Galleria. Several rain events in the past few years have resulted in severe flooding on I-10, which is a critical interstate highway linking the East Coast to the West Coast. Closures resulting from flooding have caused freight deliveries and travel to be severely disrupted. The transportation infrastructure of the I-10 corridor consists of main lanes, ramps, frontage roads, and intersecting streets that are intended to safely and efficiently move vehicles. However, opportunities for bicycles and pedestrians to access the activity centers along the corridor are limited. Trail systems exist along White Oak Bayou and in the Memorial Park area, but there is no continuity between these trail systems. To address the variety of needs in the Inner Katy Corridor, TxDOT and Metro are collaborating to bring a portfolio of projects: the Metro Rapid Inner Katy project, the reconstruction of I-10 over White Oak Bayou, drainage improvements throughout the corridor, and the extension of managed lanes between I-610 West and downtown. The locations and extents of each project are shown on this map of the I-10 Inner Katy Corridor. Next, we will provide a brief overview of each project. It should be noted that the TERS 5 Shepherd and Durham Improvement Project is not included in this corridor briefing. Additional information may be found on the TERS 5 website. The Inner Katy Corridor currently has a gap in dedicated transit facilities between the Northwest Transit Center and the downtown connector along I-10. This gap reduces the reliability of transit services within the corridor and impacts the overall Metro service to destinations in West Houston and downtown. The Metro-sponsored Metro Rapid Inner Katy project proposes to construct a dedicated busway facility within the Inner Katy Corridor that connects the Northwest Transit Center to downtown Houston and would provide for enhanced park and ride service for the I-10 and 290 corridors, as well as provide Metro Rapid connectivity with the Silver Uptown Line and the Green and Purple light rail lines. Proposed stations along the route include the Northwest Transit Center, a new Shepherd-Durham station, a new Studemont station with connectivity to downtown. This project is funded for construction through the Metro Next Bond Initiative and additional funding coming from the Houston-Galveston Area Council. The I-10 main lanes between the 610 West Loop and Patterson Street are in a depressed section, meaning that they were built at an elevation lower than the surrounding street systems. Because the I-10 main lanes are lower than the surrounding area, a complex system of stormwater pipes and pump stations are required to drain water from these depressed areas. During Tropical Storm Imelda and other rain events, the main lanes have been submerged for an extended period of time, resulting in the closure of I-10 to all traffic. TxDOT proposes to make drainage improvements in this area consisting of new detention ponds, channel improvements, and upgrades to pump stations and stormwater pipes. The TxDOT I-10 Drainage Improvements Project is currently not funded for construction. The Inner Katy Corridor currently experiences congestion throughout the day where demand exceeds capacity. As transportation demand within the Inner Katy Corridor continues to increase, available physical space to accommodate these increased demands remains limited. TxDOT is currently studying sustainable solutions that can address demand and enhance overall mobility within the corridor. These solutions involve concepts that can connect activity centers within the corridor to a managed lane system. The managed lane system is envisioned to supplement the existing freeway system and allow for transit, freight, and other vehicles to flow efficiently. The TxDOT Inner Katy Managed Lanes project is currently not funded for construction. For more information, project websites are being developed to view materials specific to each project. Each project website will contain detailed maps, environmental constraints, and other project information. The project websites will include information for how to provide feedback to each project sponsor. This concludes the I-10 Inner Katy Corridor briefing.